man is back.
Oh, okay, boys. Oh my gosh, the man got that stuff. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have the leopard. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But look at that, my God.
This is your boy. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy, Dash the True Inferno. Back at it with another Pokemon Unite commentary video gameplay for you guys. And this has been a bit of a hot topic on YouTube over the past, 2 months, 3 months or so. Now, what am I talking about here? I'm talking about this controversy surrounding the person who is apparently going to be winning Rookie of the Year in the WNBA, rather, by the form of Caitlin Clark. Yes, we got to talk about Caitlin Clark because this is out of control. Like, I have never expected anybody to get so much publicity in this manner anyway. It's crazy. So, obviously, there's been people who've been praising her. There's been people who've been hating on her. And this is going to be a two-parter right here. This is going to be a two-parter. So the first part, we're going to talk about ESPN's analysis, commentators, journalists, whatever the case may be, whatever you want to call them, but we could call them female employees of ESPN, which is crazy to think about. And basically, I know this happened 3 months ago or so, or 4 months ago, but people still talk about it to this day, and it's still funny to talk about. So what am I talking about here? So a few months back, we had the Olympics, and USA, we tied China in terms of the most gold, but in terms of the most medals, USA won that one hands down without question. So I would say USA won the Olympics, which is great. Okay. But then we had the women's basketball team, the 5v5 one anyway, not the 3v3. I don't know where that came from, but we talk about the 5v5. So let's talk about that real quick. So Caitlin Clark was not on that team. She basically was snubbed off that team. So let's get the statement from Jen Rizzotti, how you pronounce it? Yeah, Rizzotti, who is the selection committee chair. And her quote said on Caitlin Clark being left off the team, "It would be irresponsible for us to talk about her in a way other than how she would impact the play of the team. Because it wasn't the purview," she said this word a lot, by the way, "of our committee to decide how many people will watch or how many people will root for the USA. It was our purview to create the best team we could for Cheryl Reeves, who was the head coach of this Team USA squad." Now, so basically, they talked about how, our goal isn't to try and generate viewership on the women's game or how to bring more fans to watch WNBA games more, whatever the case may be. They just want to win. So right off the bat, this is cap. Not in the case of, they're not aiming to try and get, TV viewership and all that crap. That's not what that was about. Instead, the cap part was this last sentence. Let me read that again. "It was our purview to create the best team we could for Cheryl Reeves." That's what I call cap. Okay, here's the problem with that. Let's look at the 12 women that were selected. Okay. So first off, we got, I'm gonna butcher these names. So if I butcher these names, I apologize in advance. I'm gonna butcher these names. I'm letting you know right here, right now. I'm gonna butcher these names. So Napisa Poilier, Kalia Cooper, Chelsea Gray, Brittany Gardner, Sabrina Anausku, Jewel Lloyd, Kelsey Plum, Brianna Stewart, Diana Taurasi, Elisa Thomas, Aja Wilson, and Jackie Young. Those are the 12 that got in over not only Caitlin Clark, but also, I'm going to butcher her last name, Arike Ogubarale. So I'm going to talk about her in a second. So here's why, in terms of Jen Rizzotti's statement, that last sentence anyway, I'm calling cap on that. Because Caitlin Clark, even though I checked this like a few months after the Olympics happened, so I don't know what their stats were like prior to the Olympics, but I can make a good bet that Caitlin Clark not only have better stats than at least 3 of these women, but is rather a better player than at least 3 of these women. So who are the 3 women I'm talking about? Well, I'm talking about Chelsea Gray, I'm talking about Jackie Young, And believe it or not, I'm talking about Diana Taurasi. So you probably wonder, wait, what's the deal? What happened? Well, let's take a look at this real quick. So I don't know what these stats are now, but this is, because you know, the WNBA, they play every season lasts for 1 year, within 1 year, rather. It's not like the NBA that starts in 2024 and then go over 2025 and that's one full season. No, it all consists of 1 year, the WNBA season. And of course, they took a break because of the Olympics. So, they still going on right now, by the way. I don't think the playoffs even started yet. So, anywho, let's take a look at this real quick. So, here's Jackie Young's stats real quick. See, as of me recording this video anyway, she's averaging 15.8 points per game, 4 rebounds, 5.3 assists, 4.4 rebounds to be exact, 1 steal, and 0.2 blocks. She's also 42.5, got a 14.5 field goal percentage, rather. And basically a 34%er from 3 and an 87%er from the free throw line. Okay, that's fine. Now let's take a look at Caitlin Clark's stats at this point of the season. So she's at 19.5 points per game, close to 20, 5.7 rebounds, close to 6, 8.4 assists, so 8, and then 1.3 steals, so technically 1. But she also has 0.7 in the block, so close to 1. She's close to 42% at the field goal, 41.7. She's at a 34.1% three-point shooter, basically 34. And she's at a 90.4% free throw shooter. So that's not around 90. So pretty much all of those numbers are better than Jackie's Young. All of them. Every single one of them. Every single one of those stats are better than Jackie Young. So right off the bat, I mean, she could have easily taken her spot. But now let's get back to Enrique Ogubarale. How you pronounce the last name again? I apologize in advance. Her stats look like this: 22.2 points per game, 4.6 rebounds, 5.1 assists, 2.1 steals, 0.3 blocks, 38.3 field goal percentage, 30.46 from 3, and 92.1% from the free throw line. So, for the most part, she got better stats than Jackie Young. Obviously, she got better points percentage, points average rather. She barely got her in the rebounding department. Jackie barely got her in the assist department, but obviously Enrique got her in the steals department. And then we'll look at a number of these stats in a second. And then, like on a grander scale rather. Now, in terms of blocks, I believe that one belongs to Jackie. No, actually, no, that belongs to Enrique. Field goal percentage, that one goes to Jackie. 3-point percentage would go to Enrique, and then free throws, yeah, I have to say she's probably number 1 in free throws, maybe. So overall, Enrique had better stats than Jackie. So right off the bat, I'm like, what the heck? Like, they both got better stats than Jackie, but yet they both got left off the squad. Now, let's take a look at the next person that we're gonna talk about, and that would be Chelsea Gray. So let's see if I can find Chelsea. No, you know what? Let's look at Diana Taurasi. Now, Diana Taurasi is a sensitive one, and here's why. She's been in the league for a long time, and even though her numbers does not measure up to Caitlin's nor Enrique's, but she got longevity in the league, and more importantly, she got longevity with the Olympics team. So we can let that slide, but just to prove a point, let's look at Diana's numbers real quick. So 15.9 points per game, and looking at this, both Caitlin and Enrique outdid her there. 3.9 rebounds, nope, she lost that one. 3.4 assists, definitely lost that one there. 0.6 assists and steals, 0.6 in steals, excuse me, lost that one there. Blocks, 0.3 in blocks, and Caitlin got a beat there, but she tied Enrique, so that's interesting. And then we got field goal percentage. Okay, Diana at 40.4, which is better than Enrique's, but not better than Caitlin's. And then the 3-point percentage, she's at a 33.3%, and Caitlin got her beat there. Actually, both Caitlin and Enrique got a beat there. And then field goals, she's at 86.1. And again, Caitlin and Enrique got her beat there. Now, again, both basically have better stats than Diana. So you can make a case, oh, well, Diana should be on the squad. But again, we talking leadership here. We talking experience. We're going to let that slide, all right? We're going to let that slide. Now, the last one that I want to look at, and I thought I had this open, but apparently I don't. So let me go ahead and get her numbers up real quick. And we talking about Chelsea Gray, who, if I heard correctly, prior to the Olympics, didn't even play a game yet. But prior to the announcement that, oh, the team, here's what the Olympics women's team will look like. She haven't played a game yet, based on what I heard. I don't know how legit that is, but okay, so be it. Let's take a look at her stats, okay? So, 8.5 points per game. That's not good. 2.8 rebounds. Also not good. 4.9 assists. Okay, that's probably her best attribute there, but the other two still got to beat. 1.3 in steals. Same as Caitlin Clark. Okay. And then we look at the blocks, 0.7. Same as Caitlin Clark, which means she beat Arike in the blocks department. And then we got a 41.1 field goal percentage shooter right here. And Caitlin got a beat there. Arike, not so much. From 3, she had a 33.3. And Caitlin got a beat there, as does Arike. And then the field goal, oh yeah, they both got a beat. And Chelsea's at 81.3 field goal percentage. So they both got a beat there. Now, you could argue that she's more of a defensive specialist. Okay, that's fine. But the problem is, if you look at steals and blocks, obviously, well, first of all, Caitlin got a beat there. Like, she definitely got, well, no, actually, they tied. They tied in that department. While Arike, you could make a sense that she got her beat there, especially since they're both guards. And Arike got 2.1 steals. So, it's like, the stats on there, and what I heard the truth about the fact that, oh, Chelsea haven't played a game prior to the team being announced, then I'm like, what the heck? Then how did she get on the squad? Now, and then let's look at the stats leaders real quick. So obviously, looking at the points leader, Aja Wilson's number 1, and more likely she's gonna win MVP. So that's without question. But guess who's number 2? Arike. Arike is number 2. Yeah, she's ahead of Kalia Cooper, Brianna Stewart, and Nafisa Collier, who those 3 made the squad, but again, Arike didn't, which makes no sense to me. Okay, we're going to skip rebounds because neither one are in the rebound department. Let's look at assists. Who's number 1 in assists? Oh, that would be Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is number 1 in assists. Okay, that's cool. And then we look at 3-pointers made. Who's number 1 there? Oh, look, it's Caitlin Clark again. Oh, but who's number 2? Arike is number 2. And then let's look at steals. Who's number 1 in steals? Arike is number 1 in steals. So they are leading these. They are stat leaders. They are stat leaders or are in the conversation of being stat leaders. So I find that to be crazy that despite all of that, and despite them having better stats than 3 of the women that made the squad, they were left off. They were left off. Now, let's turn to the ESPN analysis real quick. So we got Shanae, Andrea, and Monica, and then, of course, Molly. So we're going to say Molly for last real quick. So basically, let's turn to the other 3. So basically, they had no problem with Caitlin, even though they were talking about Caitlin. They had no problem with Caitlin getting snubbed because the main focus shouldn't be about, bringing in viewership towards the WNBA product on a global scale. Because thanks to Caitlin, pretty much, it is there on a national scale, like on a scale rather. It's there on a national scale. But on a global scale rather, not quite. But Caitlin competing at the Olympics, not necessarily starting, again, we get to that in a second, but competing would potentially bring in more of a global audience at a much quicker rate than what is projected to be currently. So there's that. So one excuse that they used was the fact that, that's not Caitlin's being snubbed isn't the biggest snub. The big snub was Candace Parker in 2016, even though she had like an MVP season, something like that. And then she mentioned how another MVP player didn't get in and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, well, that's fine and all, but and then you can't turn around and then say, it's all about experience. They want girls who are experienced. Because here's my thing. Candace Parker, the reason why the whole Candace Parker being snubbed by 2016 is irrelevant is because Candace Parker made the team in her rookie year. She made the squad her rookie year. So what happened to that whole experience is necessary stuff when a rookie done it before. So that's BS right there. And that's basically an excuse. So that's basically crap right there. Now, one of the things that they said were, the Olympic game is more physical, is more tough. Caitlin can handle that. I'm like, isn't Caitlin prior to that point the most beat up woman player in the game? Like there's a clip of her getting push-ups, shoulder tackle, and basically bumped to the ground, stuff like that. I'm like, and she's still playing. Like she haven't suffered a week-long, month-long injury, anything like that. Like, yeah, she tweaked her ankle in the game, maybe a couple of games, but she still played. So it's like, okay, if you want to say it's physical, then like, well, she's already proven that she can take it because the WNBA players would bring her that physicality. Not on a consistent basis, but yeah, she suffered that and then some while playing this game. So that to me is more of an excuse as well. Okay, now one of the things that they should have said was this, and actually they did say that. One that said, I think it was Chanae who said this actually. So the thing was, this squad competed together doing the FIFA joint, doing the Worlds joint, and all that stuff. So there is a chemistry there, and they don't want to mess it up. Okay, that's fine. That makes sense. That's a more compelling argument. You know, that makes more sense. Now, if you are saying that you don't want to ruin that, you're basically saying or confirming that the women on the squad don't like, you know, Caitlin Clark. And in fact, there was already an interview that was done before Caitlin Clark got into the league, where ironically enough, with what's her name? I forgot her name that quick. With Diana Taurasi. Basically saying, oh yeah, like everything she did with Iowa against 18-year-olds, she ain't gonna do that here. Yeah, that interview is on YouTube. So if you worry about team chemistry because you worry that Caitlin Clark is the odd one out, you might well just say, well, Team USA don't like Caitlin Clark. Like the women that makes a Team USA do not like Caitlin Clark. You could easily, or the majority, you might well just say that if you worry about team chemistry. Because again, that is cap where you brought in a rookie to join the squad with Candace Parker. So it's like, yo, what's up? Like, what's the difference here? Oh, I know what the difference is. Candace Parker is black and Caitlin Clark is white. You might as well just put that out there. You might as well just put that out there, but they didn't, and I wonder why. And then let's get to what Molly said. Molly was like, basically, Caitlin Clark wasn't good enough to join the team, wasn't deserving enough to join the team, and if she was on the team, she'd be riding the bench. And then want to pretend to act like she don't know what riding the bench is. Because she was like, wait, if she's not riding the bench, she can't be starting. I'm like, Molly, come on now. You are too smart to not know what riding the bench really means. Riding the bench means Darko Milicic, when he was with the Pistons. Basically, what that means is this. You're not playing in the game unless it's garbage time. Unless the game is already over, it's already decided, but it's still time left on the clock, and you want to take your starters out to rest them for the next game, so you put in your bench warmers in there just so they can, you know, waste the clock, whatever the case may be. Darko Milicic's time. If you're saying Caitlin Clark, in comparison to these 12 other women, is at that level, then you don't know basketball. Then Molly do not know basketball. And I find that to be ridiculous. Because I already just confirmed, going about the stats, that she's better than 3 of the women that made the squad. And you could make an argument that she could be the 7th best woman on the team if she would have made it. Which means, would she be starting? No. Would I want her to start? No. But she would be like the 7th person. Which means, once 2 of the starters come out to rest, 2 people from the bench going to jump in, number 6 and number 7. And I just said Caitlin Clark to me could potentially be the 7th best player on the squad, which means she's going to be going in it. She's going to be going in the game. Not as a bench warmer, but at the same time, not as a starter either. So it's like, what the heck? So like, don't act all new and don't act like you don't know what a bench warmer is or riding the bench means. Because like, according to her, how she says it, if you ain't starting, then you ride the bench. I'm like, no, that's not what riding the bench is. Like, what are you talking about? And basically, the bottom line is this, and I wish, like, Stephen A. hinted on it a little bit, but I wish he would push on this more and basically put them on the spot. And that is this. If Caitlin Clark was on the squad, would they still win gold? Like, Stephen A., he said, like, they're going to win gold whether Caitlin's on the team or not. But the question is, if Caitlin Clark is on the squad, do you believe that they will win gold? Because the way that they were all talking, they was like, oh, we trying to win gold number 8. Like, that's our main priority right now, trying to win gold number 8, not trying to elevate the brand and blah, 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 or bring more viewership to the brand. I'm like, y'all don't think that they can do both if they had Caitlin on the squad? Like, I believe they could do both if Caitlin was on the squad. Like, and that's really what it comes down to. Do you truly believe that if Caitlin Clark was on Team USA, would they still win gold? And me, I say yes. And that's the first question. And the second question is this. So basically, Molly already put it out. Compared to these 12 women that did make the squad, Caitlin Clark is trash, according to Molly. According to Molly, in comparison to these 12 women that made the squad, Caitlin Clark is trash. So, and then, but the other 3 never did address that point. So I'm like, are you saying that Caitlin Clark is trash in comparison to these 12 women? Not in general. Oh, you gotta be stupid if you actually believe that. But Rich will get to in a sec, and in my next video actually. But do you honestly believe that Caitlin Clark, in comparison to the 12 women that made it, is trash? That's the question. So, if you think yes, then obviously we just agree to disagree. But if you say no, then she should be on the squad. It's that simple. So, there you go with that. But I like how, like, a few months later, Molly want to change her tune when she was called out by Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp. Talking about, oh, it was all about giving other women a shot. I'm like, first of all, to give somebody a shot over somebody else, that somebody else must have been there, done that. And then you say, yeah, you know what? They had a shot already. Let's give somebody else a shot. That's what giving a shot means. Not talking about, oh, it's all about giving somebody a fair shake, a shot. I'm like, no, it's not. That's not what you said originally, for one. And for two, in order for you to give somebody else a shot over person A had to have the shot already. And then you want to switch it up and give it to person B. That didn't happen. So already Molly was flawed and pretty much lied, because he was the one that was saying that Caitlin Clark basically would be riding the bench, didn't deserve to be on the squad, will make a mockery out of the game. And I'm like, what? And basically just called her, again, compared to the 12 other women that did make it, Molly just basically called Caitlin Clark trash. Caitlin Clark trash. So, yeah. That's why she should just like moderate and not trying to jump in on debate. Because I'm like, bro, what the heck is this? But now we're at the point where Caitlin Clark will be Rookie of the Year. She's in the conversation for MVP, although she's not going to win it. We know that Aja Wilson's going to win it. And big things are going to happen with Caitlin Clark. And as long as she gets to play in the WNBA, big things will happen with WNBA. I'm at the point where I actually do want to go to Indy just to see a Caitlin Clark game. I'll be honest. That's where I'm at with him right now. So, there you go with that. That's my thoughts. And I'm going to call it a wrap. So, with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is boy New J Gatsby, a.k.a. New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.